Hey, chosen ones. I just wanted to come on here for a minute and talk a little bit about the fact that there are so many people out here that are jealous of you as a chosen one. There are so many people who are envious of you as a chosen one and who desire to be you. Let's go ahead and talk about it. There are so many people, y'all, and y'all can attest to this. They might be in your family. They might be in your friend groups. They might be people that you don't even mess with anymore. They might have been past relationships, and these people have been in competition with you. You know that competitive energy that you get when you get around certain people? These people are legit jealous of you. They have been envious of you for a long time. Ever since they saw you, they've been envious of you. Ever since you've came into their circle or they've come into yours, they've been envious of you. And this is the reason why your enemies and haters can hate all day. They really just fans. They really just admire you. Anytime someone can hate on you or are envious of you or jealous of you, it's really because there's something that you have that they don't have. When you have haters and enemies and those who are jealous of you, they're only jealous of you or envious of you because you have something that they don't have. And for you as a chosen one, you have that light. And they can pretend all they want to. If you look around, your friends, family, people you've messed with before that you might no longer speak to, you will notice that these people try to be like you. They try to grab some of the attributes that you have. When you met them, they weren't nothing like what they pretend to be now. They weren't anything like the kind ways and deeds and stuff that you were into, encouraging others or whatever. They weren't never for that. That's not an attribute that they have. That's not a natural attribute that they have. But you as a chosen one, that is built into you. And it is a natural attribute that is given to you. It's a gift that is given to you by God. And I wanted to come on here to tell you that although your haters and your enemies might be jealous of you and envious of you and desire to be like you and are really fans, they can never be you. They can never, ever be you. Because what you have as a chosen one, it's not on you, it's in you. It's not on you. It wasn't something that you had to go and try to add to you and, work through and make yourself be and make yourself shine. No, it's something that is naturally built in. So you can never lose it. And you don't have to pretend. And you don't have to fake. And you don't have to be a phony. You don't have to try to be kind. You just naturally are. You don't have to force yourself to be compassionate and caring and loving. You just naturally are. You don't have to force yourself to show kindness and gratitude and appreciation for life. You just naturally, that's built into you as a chosen one. You don't have to try to be a chosen one when you are a chosen one. You see, your haters and your enemies, they're jealous of you because of the light that you bear, and they cannot have the attribute. They don't have the attributes that you have. That's why they're hating. That's why they're jealous of you. That's why they're envious of you, because they cannot have what you have. They can pretend all day long like they are chosen ones as well. And that's why you got to be careful, y'all, because there's a lot of people out here pretending to be chosen. And there's people out here that are pretending to be sheep but are really wolves. There are people out here who are pretending to be followers or in alignment with God but aren't really. And that's why I love the Bible, because it's going to keep you on point. When you read the Bible, it's going to keep you on point. And a lot of people are destroyed because of the lack of knowledge. But if you learn this wisdom, learn this knowledge, and not just read it, but really embody it into your body and exude this out, you will see things as though they truly are. This helps in your spiritual awakening. So even the Bible speaks about knowing a person by their fruits. You shall know them by their fruits. And the reason why your enemies can never be you, many were called, but few are chosen. The reason why they are not a chosen one and they will never be a chosen one Is because they don't have the attributes built in that you have. And you know a person by their fruits. And what are the fruits? The fruit of the Spirit. What Spirit? The Holy Spirit that you have as a chosen one. Your enemies and your haters do not have the Holy Spirit in them. That's why they hate. That's why they're jealous. That's why they're envious. Those are not attributes of the Holy Spirit. Hating someone is not an attribute of the Holy Spirit. Being jealous of someone is not an attribute of the Holy Spirit. It's not. So that's why they can never be a chosen one. That's why they are not chosen. That's why they are your enemies. That's why they are seeds of Satan. That's why they are on the opposite team. They are opponents to you. They are not your friends. And some of these people are even family. But basically, you're going to know these people by their fruit. So I'm telling you now to be watchful and mindful. And what are the fruit of the Spirit? What are the fruit of the Holy Spirit? You see, a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. And a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Period. If they are bad, they cannot have these attributes. People who are wicked and toxic and all that stuff, they cannot, narcissistic, they cannot bear these attributes that you have as a chosen one. And this is why they're jealous of you, chosen one. Some of those attributes are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. They cannot have these fruit. They don't bear these fruit because they are bad trees. Bad trees, wicked trees cannot bear good fruit. They can't bring it forth no matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they pretend, no matter how hard they act, no matter how hard they want to. They cannot bear the fruit of the chosen ones. And this is how you're going to know people. Stop paying attention to what people are saying. Stop paying attention to how people look and start paying attention to their fruit. What fruit are they bearing? Do they have love? Do they have joy? Do they have peace? Do they have patience? It's kindness. Do they have goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control? No, these toxic individuals don't have these fruit, which is why they're not chosen, which is why they cannot be you, which is why there is no comparison to a chosen one and a seed of Satan. There's no comparison. You can't line the two up and compete with lightness is always going to outshine darkness. Lightness is always going to outshine darkness, chosen one. So I wanted to come on here to tell you, pay attention to the fruit of people. There's a lot of chosen ones who aren't really chosen. Or a lot of people out here pretending to be chosen, pretending that they are in alignment with God and are not. Do not know anything about light. Do not know anything about patience. Do not know anything about love. Fake, artificial. Even the Bible states that there are wheats and there are tares. And you won't know. So the Bible gives a good analogy. It's like the wheats and the tares, they grow up together. And all a tare is, you guys, is a weed. It's a weed like a plant has weeds, and you have to pull the weed so that it won't strangle the actual plant or seed or fruit. So you have to pull that up in order for it to not taint that which is good, which is edible or useful. So the tare looks so much like wheat. The false chosen ones and the false people, or the pretenders and the jealous people and the envious people of you, they pretend so much like they're chosen. They pretend so much like they're light that they look and talk and sound sometimes. But you have to pay attention consistently to people's actions because they're not it. The actual tare looks exactly like the wheat, which is why it's hard for them to see if this is wheat or is this tare sometimes. When they shift it, after they finish shifting it, the seed, they can't tell whether that seed is wheat or tare. So a lot of times what they do as farmers, they'll throw out the seed and end up throw out the wheat, and they end up throwing some seeds of tare with that as well. So when they grow up, it's starting to looks the same until harvest time. The wheat and the tares look the same until harvest time. And when harvest time comes, that's when you can tell this difference. That's when you can tell that this is wheat and this is tare. And this is where you are right now in your life, chosen one. There are people who grew up with you. There are people who you came from the same bloodline, the same family. There are people who you are once close with. There are people who you are now close with. But you are looking and you're saying, but you're not really light. You're not really in alignment with God. You're not really love and joy and peace. And you don't really have those attributes. Although we came from the same bloodline, we came from the same childhood, we came from the same, batch, the same field. But no, you're not the same. We're not the same. Okay, there are seeds of Satan. Satan has planted his seeds among the chosen ones to blend in. So this is why I'm going to always say this. You must have discernment. You must sharpen your discernment as a chosen one. You must understand and judge people by their fruit. You must look at people and judge them by their fruit, not what they look like, not what they're speaking out of their mouth, but what do their fruit bear? The fruit of the Spirit, again, is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Most of what you see, these people don't have any self-control. A lot of what you see in the churches, these people don't have self-control. A lot of these pastors are trifling. A lot of these pastors are cheating on their spouses. A lot of them. And how is it that you could be a good tree but bear bad fruit? Adultery is a sin. How are you even calling yourself a person of God when you're willingly committing in sin? And then it's saddening because those who are sheep and have no real shepherd are being devoured by these wolves. Those who are sheep and have no real shepherd are believing the lies and believing that these people who are pretending and who are phony and fake are legit chosen ones, are legit of God. And it's not so. It's not so. The Bible even talks about an adulterous man cuts off his blessings, curses upon himself. You see? So what you're seeing in the church happening, I'm not just talking about men, pastors who are cheating and stuff like that, but a lot of the activity that goes on in the church. Church is full of narcissists. And I'm not saying all churches. So if you go to church and you got you a good shepherd, I'm not speaking about you in particular. I'm saying collectively. And it's not just church. It's just in general. People in general. Take the building out of it. People in general, you must be cautious of. People in general, you must be judging by their character, by their fruits. What fruit are they bearing? Are they good trees or bad trees? In the Bible, the wheat, once it was found out, when the wheat and the weeds grew up, and it was found out that those weren't wheat, it was tares, it was weed. You know what happened? They took the weed, threw it into the fire. It's no use for it. And that's the same one, chosen ones. I want y'all to stay woke. I want y'all to stay lit. I want y'all to stay on fire. I want y'all to stay exuding your light, because the world needs it. Darkness needs it. But I don't want you to get caught up with these fakes and these phonies and this and people who are jealous of you and envious of you. No. Judge them by their fruit. Judge them by their character. See how people are being. Stop looking at people. I don't care. This is family. This is romantic relationships, friendships. This is employees. This is everywhere. Look at people for more than what you see with your eyes. Spiritually, look at people. Spiritually, from within your spirit, look at them, at their spirit. And don't be finessed. Don't get tricked to believe that those, who pretend or who are saying good words are good. Don't pretend that people who look good on paper are good people, because no, you're being destroyed for the lack of knowledge, you guys. So I want y'all to stay woke, stay lit, stay aware, stay consciously aware of what you're getting into, of the people that you come in contact with, of the people that you may be with right now, of the family that you came from, everything. Be cognizant of it. Okay? And I just wanted to remind you that although you have haters and those who are jealous of you and envious of you, they could never be you. They could never be you, chosen one. They don't have the attributes to be a chosen one. They don't bear the fruit to be a chosen one. They don't have your light. So they can pretend, let them be jealous all they want to. Let them pretend and act all they want to. They can never be you. You are special. You are set apart. You are called for a greater purpose. You are like that city on the hill that cannot be hidden. You are the salt of the earth. It is no flavor without you. It is no flavor without you. So know that and remember that. And let your light shine, beautiful chosen one. All right, until next time, y'all comment, like, and subscribe. Share this video if y'all find it useful. And until next time, I'll see y'all then. Bye.
Welcome to the channel Excellence, where we strive for excellence. We strive to be one better than what we were yesterday. I had a good question for everybody right now. What is God? What is God to you? What is it? Is it a ghost? Is it a spirit? Is it an entity? Is it something that you see? Is it man? Where do you see your God at? How many of y'all out there see God in man? Because y'all say Jesus was the Son of God. So Jesus came to show you that God is in all of us. Each and every last one of us. What are you living for? Are you living for yourself? Or are you living for God? Are you worrying about what I'm doing right now? Or are you worrying about what I'm saying? Ask yourself that. What is more important, what I'm doing or what I'm saying? See, that's why they say only God can judge me. It's not for you to pass judgment on what I'm doing. It's for you to take heed to what I'm saying. See, Jesus said when the disciples came into the trap house where he was at with Mary Magdalene and in there with drunks and thieves and cornicers and everything. And the disciples found him there. And he was drunk off wine and carnal things. See? And they said, my master, sure, this is going to be a sad day for you, for the people will shun you, as they do at 8. He said, am I not about my Father's work? See, people be more paying attention to what you're doing instead of focusing on the message that they should be receiving for themselves. See, that's when you were too much worried about me and not worried about yourself. See, when it comes to me, I got everything in me and everything dealing with me under control. You have to get yourself under control. Everything was put on this earth for all of us to utilize. But you can utilize it foolishly or wisely. And it wasn't for man to tell me what I can do and what I can't do. God had already gave me divine instructions to live in my heart space and to stay there. Don't move into the flesh. See, when you move into the flesh of things and you start having fleshly thoughts, then that's when you messed up. You can do whatever as long as you're in the spirit. Because the spirit ain't going to do nothing that harms. But the spirit will protect itself from harm. Understand that too. See, the spirit don't want no harm. It's not trying to harm you, no shape, form, or fashion. But if you try to harm the spirit, it may destroy you because there's no spirit in you. See, and God will conquer that flesh in a heartbeat. He'll lay that flesh down. So when you go up against a benevolent man that's living in spirit and you living in the flesh, you know your flesh is going to lay down. Your flesh is going to lay down. That is universal law. That is the law of the land. I do not give a damn how big your fucking army is. It don't take but one pure at heart to take them all down. See, you can come with a bigger, raggedy ass crew. That's just a bigger crew for my spirit that you will hold through. When you come with that crew, I'm coming with that spirit. And I'm chewing a hole through everything. Like termites. You better study your spirit. You better know yourself. Once you study yourselves, you know the illusions of the world. You know the things that'll pass away. Truth is what is. It don't need no support, and it'll never pass away. The spirit of man will never pass away. But you can kill that spirit, and your life will never go on. And is what this world is trying to do. You remember, they trying to get you to kill that spirit. See, they don't want no spirit in that body. So they can control that body the way they want to. They want it robotic. Now, you can go robotic if you want to. And you can continue to be idiotic if you want to. Well, you can rise your thoughts to infinite wisdom and see the truth of everything that is, was, and evermore will be. Start living your truth. Quit living them lies. See, these lies have really, really multiplied. So we live in a world where no one believes the truth. You could tell somebody the truth and they'll run from it. You put the truth on the manifest, people will flee. Because anytime the truth is on the manifest, falsehood has to flee. See, truth and falsehood cannot reside in the same place. They just can't do it. You cannot serve two masters at one time. You cannot serve the spirit and the flesh. You can't serve your spirit and live in the flesh for every fleshly desire that you have. See, those fleshly desires, you have to learn how to fast. And when I say fast, a time comes when you have to fast from eating. You have to fast from sex. You have to fast from cussing. Sometimes you have to fast from talking, period. See, I have fast. Well, I have went a whole week and say I wasn't going to say nothing to nobody. See, I taught myself when they put me in them dismal crypts to be alone with self for self-preservation. I think that was the best thing that ever happened. Because I couldn't have went into myself and studied myself as long as I was distorted by the murky ethers of my family, friends, and my surroundings. Because as I was coming up with the purity at heart, they were putting the naughty in, trying to kill it. So God say, no. It's separation. Now, I'm going to show you. You have obtained all of this material things. And my family know what I had. I mean, from limousines to everything. If I wanted it, all I had to do was want. And I got it. But everybody was so envious and so jealous. Instead of following my teachings that came from the universe. See, I was put here to be a leader, not a follower. The biggest mistake my parents made was not listening to me as a child. When they kept telling me to get a job, I told them, no, I need to get people to work. But by them being the people of the work and not the people that were putting the workers to work, they wanted me to be a worker like them. So they constantly said, you need a job, you need a job. I'm saying, I don't need no job. I'm creating jobs for other people. See, it was two people born at the same time I was born. One was looking for a job, and one was looking to hire people to work. You can't make me the one to look for the job when I have the ability to create jobs and put people to work. I started several companies when I was younger. LA Pest Control. And a lot of people out there worked with me and we made money. I started another company, Washington Brothers Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning. There were so many people that worked with me with that company. But when I go to my family and try to put the company together as a family organization, saying, hey, Mom, put the phone in your house. You answer it and give us the calls and we'll go do the jobs. Now, I done bought one van off our family pitch in and we buy more vans. Hey, y'all can have your own workers and sending your own people out there to work, and you can stay at home and you can collect some money. Well, the first day we went out there and worked, it was me, my son, my nephew, and a few other guys, and we made good money. But for me to pay my nephew a couple $100 in one day, and my son a few $100 in a day, and us to come back and they see me with a few thousands for that day's work, now the discouragement comes in. So now my family started telling my son and my nephew, y'all not going out there hustling with your uncle. This is not a hustle. My company is registered. We're doing business. They got paid, but they can't go back tomorrow. But they can go and look for a job and get somebody to pay them $10 or $15 an hour. Well, they worked with me and they did their own job and that money went in their pocket. So when we had a sofa and a love seat to clean, if I had my son to go and clean it, that's his pay because it's my company. And if I tell my nephew to go and clean the carpet upstairs, that's his pay because he worked and it's my company. I'm paying according to the way I want to pay. So, and I'm downstairs and I'm doing my work, that's my pay. See, everybody was getting paid. But why did we have to be distorted by the murky ethers of the flesh that was around us when we were generating greatness and building not only a company, but a relationship with my nephew and my son? But being discouraged by the family and me being incarcerated and they just tearing the company down, now ask me, what kind of relationship do I have with my nephew and my son? None. None. Truth be told, The unveiling of the veil 2020, everybody gonna see the truth. I refuse to let people continue to have miseducated thoughts about my spirit and who I am, because someone else gave them the thoughts and the ideals to create their own character of me in their mind. Well, I'm not in your head and you not in mine. But y'all two that work together, y'all in each other's heads. So y'all keep that warped ass shit going on. Because see, that's some shit spinning around somewhere else. And it has nothing to do with the activation of my crown chakra. It has nothing to do with me opening my pineal gland to see the all of all. And it has nothing to do with me opening up my heart space to let God in fully and let him demonstrate through me. See, I'm not the body nor the soul. That person that was in this body, that spirit that used to be in this body, it has risen to higher heights. It's continuing to evolve. See, when it ascended, now it's descending. It is truly growing to show more beauty, to give up more buds, to be more happy, and to show more love, unconditional love to this world. It ain't about that shit that's going on in your mind, thinking about what I'm saying. You feel me? You watch The Messenger too much. Stop watching The Messenger. Listen to the message. Listen to them. The millenniums, the children nowadays, they don't even want to talk to y'all. Because they spirits ain't even nowhere near that naughty bullshit. So now you got the young people. They rather be drunk off Cornell wine and everything else than to deal with you adults in y'all foolishness and folly. The world has truly flipped the script. Grown-ups need to grow up, and the children are fully grown. These children have came out fully grown, and these grown-ups still have not gotten rid of their childish ways. I come to y'all in love. I leave y'all in peace. Have a blessed day. Learn to love instead of hate. Be in a world of peace and harmony. Peace and harmony, not death and destruction. I'm out.